Congress approved the Declaration of Independence on the 4th of July in 1776. In his new book, Our Lost Declaration, Utah Republican Senator Mike Lee talks about the importance of the Declaration and the overreach of the federal government today in Washington. CBN's John Jessup spoke with Senator Lee about what led to the Declaration and what's happening today.
Well, I'm sure you'd agree that we live in the greatest country on earth, yet you point out in your book, one of the problems is that the federal government has grown to be too big and too powerful, not at all what the founders intended. How did we get here, and who's to blame?
Well, we got here by taking power away from the people and moving it to Washington, D.C., and then inside Washington, D.C., handing it over from the people's elected lawmakers to unelected, unaccountable bureaucrats. It's an easy series of steps to make. It took decades to complete, but we're here. This has brought us a form of tyranny that is unacceptable. And while unlike what we've faced in our past, say 250 years ago, there are also some similarities that ought to trouble us.
Well, Senator Lee, you talk about abuses of power that the colonists dealt with under King George, but you also highlight abuses of power that go on today. How do these abuses compare?
The abuses compare in the sense that they involve decisions made by government actors who are distant from the people, far removed from them, and most importantly, neither elected by the people nor accountable to them. This occurs through the administrative bureaucracy within Washington, D.C. People who, while well-educated, well-intentioned, hard-working, highly specialized, don't work for the people. They don't stand for election, not now, not ever, and they're not really even accountable to anyone who is in turn elected. That's a problem.
Now, we today may take these words for granted, but cherished words and ideas like liberty and self-governance mentioned in the Declaration of Independence were brand new ideas at the time. Tell us about the risk these men took to sign the document.
They were engaging in treason, not just against their mother country, but also against the world's last standing, or certainly the most significant superpower of its age. They understood that they were pledging their lives, their fortunes, their sacred honor in order to stand up for liberty and in order to stand up for rights that they believed were inalienable, bestowed upon human beings just by virtue of their existence, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These were indeed revolutionary words, and they were also treasonous. And my heart goes out to them for being willing to make that bold risk so that we could be free.
So, Senator Lee, what is your recommendation? How do we today continue the legacy that they showed us by putting their lives on the risk?
First of all, I think we should all read the Declaration of Independence. We should read it at least once a year. Independence Day is a great time to do that. As we read it, we should understand what those words really meant, what it is that they were putting on the line. That's why I wrote Our Lost Declaration, to help people understand the significance of these words. And then after we read it, after we understand it, I think we'll be in a better position to vote differently and to understand the parallels between the government overreach that we have in our government today and that which we've faced earlier in our history, including in pre-revolution colonial America.
Senator Lee's book is called Our Lost Declaration, and it's available wherever books are sold.